welcome to my freezer meal video. I'm so excited for today. I have so many recipes. I don't even know if I'm gonna get them all into this video if I'm being honest, but I'm super pumped and I hope you enjoy. Make sure you check out the description box because I have a lot of fun stuff down there, including the recipes for today that are on my blog. I have some lentils going in the background, but recently I've been obsessed with these poppy drinks, and thanks to Thrive Market, I have found them for a killer deal and found all the flavors that I can't find at my local grocery stores, and I'm super pumped about it. I've been enjoying one of these every single day, and when I'm in my kitchen, it's just been like so nice to have like a little mocktail, if you will, while I am making up some food. I do this at night sometimes for dinner. I've been doing it when I'm meal prepping. It's just been like such a nice little treat. The strawberry lemon and the grape are my favorite. Now that I have my mocktail, I have to get my favorite coaster from Alcatraz. And then let's see what I'm getting up for this first recipe. I dug around in my cabinets, dug in a whole bunch of ingredients. If you recognize this, maybe you've been around my channel for too long. Just kidding. I love that you're here. I love that you've been here since the beginning. I'm making 2-ingredient cookies, which is normally oats and bananas, but I have some apples, these bananas. I was thinking maybe making banana bread, but I was like, you know what? No, I'm gonna make some cookies and put them in the freezer, and that way I can pull them out anytime and make them really quickly for breakfasts throughout the week. I can also throw them in the evening when I'm making dinner, and you know, then I don't have to meal prep anything for breakfast. I have some apples, so I'll throw an apple in, of course, oats. This is some chia seeds because I like adding a little bit of fat element to it. And then I also have some dates to add a little bit more sweetness. Obviously the bananas and the apples will add sweetness, but this is like a great component too, just to add another texture. Since there's so much going on, trust me, it is so good. It's like a little energy bite cookie. The Alyssa cookies is very, very similar to this recipe, but you can also use chocolate chips or anything else that you might like better, but I really like it with dried fruit. So I'm just gonna take these apples out of here, and we're just gonna use this bowl. I'll probably only use 1 apple and all the bananas. What I like to do is do 1 cup of oats per 1 banana. So this is gonna make a lot of cookies, but for freezer meals, it is so good when you take everything you have and make it and then throw it in the freezer so you can save time later. My apologies if you do hear lentils boiling in the background. I am only cooking 1 thing today, 1, lentils, and everything else is just quick and easy. Actually, that might be a lie. I might be cooking 2 things. So let's peel these bananas, get them in this bowl. So I'm gonna need about 5 cups of oats, but this is gonna make a lot of cookies. It's a really great alternative to banana bread. You can make them ahead of time, like bake them if you want to, and then just pull them out of the freezer. But if I freeze them, I typically don't bake them until after. Also, I had such great ambitions this last week to have smoothies every day, and I was just not in the mood, It's still warm here, but something transitions in my head when it's October, and I'm like, no, I want fall food. So this past week I've been eating a lot of potatoes and soups and curries and not a lot of smoothies. Someone also left me a comment recently on a video for these cookies when I made them and said they would make really great lactation cookies. So hopefully one day that is the goal for me, to have these in my freezer. So one day when we have our own baby, we can, well, I can have these on hand. When I get to that point in my life, trust me, I will promote it and I will say, this is freezer meals for when baby comes. I've watched a million of those videos in my life just because I think they're really helpful in the fact that you can get so much done in so little time. I think a lot of times people always think like, oh, it's only for if you have like a newborn coming in your life. No, I have made freezer meals for years, and a lot of times I gift them for the holidays. They're always great to have on hand in case someone in your life is in need, and you can give them a freezer meal. Okay. Apples are in there. I probably should have smashed the bananas first, but it's okay. I was talking and I didn't. It's fine. We're gonna add some chia seeds, let them blossom. Congeal, I think is the word I'm looking for. I did 2 tablespoons. All right, now we'll mash these up and let them congeal a little bit. It's really nice to get some liquid from the fruit into the chia seeds because then they will blossom and not be like hard, but they do cook a little bit in the oven as well. And those bananas were so ripe that this smells very banana-y. I hope one day I get to make these cookies for my children because I've made them for other children in my life and they really like them. So hopefully yours do too. All right, we're gonna let that sit for about 15 minutes and then come back and add the rest of the ingredients. I thought these dates were pitted. I could not be more disappointed. Also, if you guys made that really popular date bark, I have not made it. I like my dates just as they are typically, or with oatmeal or in these banana cookies. I don't like them with like a lot of chocolate or added sweetness because I think they're so sweet the way they are. Fun fact, when we first moved to Vegas, there was a date tree at the apartment complex that we were at, and I would go pick up the dates and I would try to eat them. They weren't very good, but I mean, I tried. I would love a date tree. We need to go to the date farm sometime because I think that would be really fun. Add our dates. These are gonna be so freaking good. It's gonna be really hard not to make a batch of these like right away, but they must go into the freezer. I'll start with 3 cups of oats. I plan to add in at least 2 more, but I like to add them a little at a time because it just makes things mix up a lot better. And as you can see, this recipe takes no time at all. It's 1 bowl, 1 spatula or spoon or something to mash the bananas, 1 measuring cup, not a lot of dishes. Okay, I had a small brain fart there for a second. I put these on a sheet pan now, and then I'm gonna pop them in the freezer, and then once they're frozen, I'm gonna pop them into a bag. I was trying to think, what the heck am I trying to do here? Like, putting out this big parchment paper. I don't know. I'm having a moment. I was like, I'm not baking these. No, but I've done this before, I promise. So I'm just going to put them on the sheet pan. Hopefully they all fit. I'm doing like bigger cookies today, just instead of smaller ones, because I mean, I end up eating like 3 to 5 small ones anyways at a time, so I might as well just make them bigger. I'll put this sheet pan in my freezer, in the garage, go get it when it's frozen, and yeah, we'll do it that way. It's so funny. I'm like so confused at myself. And I choose not to edit out the bloopers because that is life. So I'm gonna go pop these in my outdoor freezer in my garage, and then when they're done, I'm gonna come back and pop them in a freezer bag. I am so excited to be partnering with Thrive Market for today's video. As you see, I have my haul back here and I can't wait to share it with you. If you guys have never heard of Thrive Market before, today is the perfect day because I have an amazing offer for you. If you join Thrive Market today, you'll get 30% off your first order. Plus, you're going to get a free gift worth up to $60. You can check the link in the description box to sign up, but if you've never heard of Thrive Market, it is an online grocery store membership. It makes it really convenient if you don't live close to a specialty food store. Personally, for me, I live by a few of them, but I still find better deals through Thrive Market. Plus, they have a lot of my favorite items. Like I shared with you, that poppy soda, I was able to grab a bunch of different flavors for a fraction of the cost that my local grocery store carries it for, plus more variety. I like to eat a plant-based and gluten-free diet, and one of the best things that I find with Thrive Market is everything's really easy to find on their website through their filters. I can type in specifics that I'm looking for, and everything on the website will come up that fits my dietary demands. They have 2 options for a membership. You can do the month-to-month option, which is $12 a month, or you can do the annual membership option, which is $5 per month, billed at $59.95 once annually. Let me share with you my most recent Thrive Market haul. I'm going to use a lot of these ingredients for today's recipes. A lot of them you're going to recognize because I use them all the time here on my channel, and they always come from Thrive Market. I shared with you one of the poppies that was in the refrigerator. I had gotten 12 of those, different flavors and varieties, but this is the other groceries that I got to stock up on. This is my absolute favorite pasta when it comes to lasagna. I love this. Nothing else beats it. If you eat gluten-free pasta, you know what I mean. Everyone has their favorites. Another favorite of mine is the Thrive chickpea pasta. We love this, and I love that it has 14 grams of protein per serving. It's awesome. It's pumpkin season, so of course I had to get some pumpkin to put into my oatmeal and do a whole bunch of different things. You can also make those cookies I just made with this instead of bananas if you're not a banana fan or if you're allergic. Stocked up on my favorite nutritional yeast. I'm really picky about this, and Thrive Markets is my favorite. We are also going to make a curry today with this tiki masala. This one is so good, and this is a fraction of the price on Thrive Market than it is at my local grocery store. The wild rice blend, so good. I made an Instant Pot recipe once with this. I will link that video down below. You have to make it. Another thing that is new to me that I have never seen before is this Rob Red Mill gluten-free corn mix. And I thought, you know what? That's one of the best things about shopping on Thrive is I always find new things. So this is great. I'm excited. I might make this with chili later in the week, and we really like our cornbread with jalapenos. Let me know if you guys do too. Tomato paste. I have started buying it in tubes. I feel like it's just so much better than buying it in a can. And these lentils are so good with 9 grams of protein per serving. I make a 2 lentil wrap, so I try to always keep these on hand. They're really easy to make, but I don't like to put them in the freezer or the refrigerator. I like to make them fresh. I will pop the video for that down below too. But today we're making some curry, so that's what these are for. Once you join, you can check out the deals section on the website or app for extra savings. Join Thrive Market today to get 30% off your first order and a free gift worth up to $60. Check out the link down in the description box. Okay, let's work through the rest of these freezer meals. So true confession, I forgot about the banana cookies in the freezer until the next day. So they're in a freezer bag now, but let's work on some curry. So I wrote on this curry bag, curry, and then add 3 cups of veggie broth, and then to put it in the crock pot on high for 3 hours. The reason I did that is because at any time I can call my husband and say, hey, can you please get the curry out of the freezer, add 3 cups of veggie broth, and throw it in the crock pot on high. If I forget that, the instructions are already there. Dinner will be ready by the time I get home. I don't have to cook the red lentils to put them in the freezer, just the green or the brown, which makes it so convenient. And this is just like the easiest curry ever. I could add a sweet potato. I didn't have any on hand. Sweet potatoes are the only potatoes I like to freeze. Personally, they're the only ones that really last for me. Unless you guys have a hint on any other potato lasting in the freezer, I just feel like they always get brown and weird. So I did half an onion, about 1.5 peppers. This is just what I had on hand. And honestly, you could do anything you wanted with this meal. But that tiki masala, I know it's not technically a curry, but it is so good. So I will just leave this in my crock pot, like I said, on high, 3 hours, with some broth, and then that's dinner. Super easy. But you can switch it up if you want to add red peppers, if you want to add some coconut milk, if you want to add some curry paste, whatever you want to do. But I try to think of things that are really easy and really simple, because that's the whole point of freezer meals. I want to make things ahead that are quick. I don't want to spend a lot of time in my kitchen cooking. Like, no, thank you. And then I want things that are really accessible, so I can ask my husband, like, hey, he's not a big cook. He doesn't like to cook. He doesn't like to be in the kitchen, but he will do the little things. And it's one of the biggest benefits to having like freezer meals on hand for us. Plus, I feel like we're getting into that time of year where it's like really cozy, and you can use your crock pot, or you can throw 1-pot meals on. So I used 2 cups of lentils. This bag does have 2.5 cups total, but I saved the extra cup so I could make the lentil wraps that I talked about. Those are so easy. Like I said, I'll link that video down below. Make sure you check it out. If I forget, just remind me. Sometimes I tell you I'm going to do something and then I forget. But like I said, the reason I really like to use these lentils in a freezer meal specifically is because I don't have to cook them. The other lentils that I was cooking, I have to cook, unfortunately. I just haven't figured out a way to make them taste good in a freezer meal. It's because these only have to cook for a short amount of time and other lentils take longer. So then moving on to the next recipe, I'm actually just making a pasta sauce. Now, personally, I've also even used this as a pizza sauce. It does have lentils in it, but it's like a bolognese. Bolognese? How do you say that? I'm probably saying it wrong. But we're just doing onions and peppers, cooked lentils, using 2 cans of homemade marinara. I'm just using what I had on hand. And then I'm also adding some nutritional yeast. Like I said, the nutritional yeast from Thrive Market is my absolute favorite. I went through trial and error of finding nutritional yeast that I liked or didn't like, and theirs is the best, I personally think. So I make sure to restock on it every time I place an order from them. But so what I do here is I'm basically like stretching my marinara sauce, pasta sauce, by adding a bunch of stuff to it, and it makes it taste so good and homemade. I've made homemade pasta sauce a million times in my crock pot, but sometimes just having the quick, convenient thing ready to go, and then boil some pasta,
have some veggies on the side is like the perfect quick, easy night dinner. So yeah, you could just take the marinara sauce out of the cabinet and make the same thing, but let me tell you, this is so much better. So this sauce I will take out of the freezer and I will just simmer it for about 30 minutes. That's how the onions and the peppers will cook. The lentils are already cooked, nutritional yeast is in it, and it's fabulous. You can also throw some extra Italian seasoning if you want to. I didn't have any on hand, so I just didn't worry about it. But like I said, I've used this as pizza sauce before too. Don't forget to check out Thrive Market down in the description box because you're going to want to check out the awesome deal that they have for you if you've never shopped with them before. I know I've mentioned it already twice before, but do not forget because you're going to get some fabulous prices on so many great products. Okay, so I only used 1 cup of lentils in this recipe, and of course it blows up to like so many lentils, like what, 3 cups cooked? So I'm basically quadrupling my pasta sauce. So I'm really stretching my budget, if you will, when it comes to pasta sauce. You can also add some tomato paste to this if you want it to be more tomatoey. You can add some pumpkin if you want to. This is so good. So I actually add it back into the jars about 3/4 of the way full, and then I actually freeze my jars. I add another bag of, like a Ziploc bag of pasta sauce, and I kind of portion it out to the portions I think we're going to use. And if we don't use it all at one time, it's okay. It can sit in the fridge for about a week. And then another container you're going to see here, nothing of mine matches. Everything's mix and match. That's real life. But I'm going to use another container that I'm actually going to keep in my refrigerator for 7 days. And this is what we're going to have this week. So it's really nice to throw this together. All I have to do is make the lentils, chop a few things, and just like that, I have basically 4 meals ready to go. All I have to do is boil some pasta and make some broccoli, and we're good to go. And it literally tastes so homemade. I hope you give these a try.
Thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you really enjoyed these freezer meals. I am going to do another one because I didn't finish everything that I wanted to get done today. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any new videos by me, but especially the next freezer video that I'll be posting here soon. Have an awesome day. I'll see you later. Bye.